I'm Halle Berry, the director of Bruised. And this is her, whose original song, Automatic Woman, is featured in the film.
And this is Artist on Artist.
Nothing about me, weak, always land on my feet, always do what I need. I'm an automatic woman. Automatic. If I want, I'ma have it. I gotta grab it, get to it like an automatic woman. Automatic.
I loved her before her even knew her was her. I remember early in the beginning, I had a video that is still one of my favorites, Focus. It's still one of my favorite songs of yours. And I loved it so much that I had to do the whole song and put it in 3 parts and put it on my Instagram.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that made my entire life, by the way.
That song has honestly been sort of an anthem. And I was at it, and this is how music is so important. I was at a time in my life where I was not feeling seen. I wasn't feeling seen in the way that I wanted to be seen, right? And I was searching for things inside myself, searching for others to see me the way I wanted to be seen, the way I was feeling. And that song, I would put that on and it would remind me that it was okay for me to demand that somebody focus on me.
Wow.
I don't have to be always the one dealing it out and dishing it out, but that I deserve love. I deserve the focus on me and my feelings and what my needs were, right? And I had forgotten that. So busy taking care of the others that I forgot. And when your song came along, it reminded me. And I thought, wow, I'm not the only one.
Wow.
This is true. So that's the power that music can have. Like you said, it's the backdrop of our lives. This is the power. And I'll never forget the song. I'll never forget the first time I heard it and how it moved me. So you ask, why did I have to have her sing this song? Because I know the power of you. When you put your voice on something and you put your energies and your intentions into something, I know the power of that. And if this song, Automatic Woman, could hit others, like Focus hit me, then I feel like I've been a part of doing something and creating something that's really magical.
Wow, that means so much to me. You have no idea. It's just crazy to think about my music and, you know, writing something that's just for me, and it's kind of a selfish thing when you write a song. I'm not thinking about what other people are thinking about it or feeling, and to hear that story just makes me feel so much more inspired to continue to be a storyteller.
Yeah, well, choosing the music for me was about finding music that represented the state of mind of our character, Jackie. We're following her throughout the story. She's a protagonist, so the music was setting the mood of the environment in which she was living in. It was representing what was in her mind, what she was feeling, what she was choosing to listen to. And then Oscar Matsumiya, another woman, our composer, she wrote a beautiful, beautiful score that had very much a light touch juxtaposed to sort of the heavy, hard beats of the rap hip-hop music. And I thought that carried the tender, soft moments of the character, because she wasn't just angry and frustrated and, you know, always carrying her brooding disposition of a fighter. She also had this really soft side. She was also a mother that she was trying to reconnect to at the same time. So that music also played a really important part in telling us where the character was and what all the characters were feeling at every different turn.
Yeah, there's so many layers.
Yeah.
So many layers, and it's sometimes tough to dive into the music and the lyrics when you think about all of those layers. Like, how do you do that?
Yes.
You know, and when I heard like the beginning ideas of, you know, Automatic Woman, I was so moved just by the kind of like, no matter what happens, I'm gonna make it through. I am an automatic woman.
Yes.
Like that idea of, you know, perseverance and like pushing through and fighting through.
Yeah.
And you do have those weak moments when it comes to that. So when I started getting into the bridge, you know, that I'm the big machine, I'm the winning team, you know, it's like all of these things that you have to kind of tell yourself to be able to fight through. And that's kind of what I thought about, like, if you're looking in the mirror and you're really trying to get it together, like, what do you tell yourself?
Yes.
You know, how do you really empower yourself? I'm an automatic woman.
Yes.
You know, I can do this. I can get through this. And that's kind of what I was thinking, and the way that the track builds. And then we get to the big note. It's like, I'm unleashing, you know, my inner beast, my inner automatic woman. And I think that to me is the strength. It's, you know, when you wouldn't necessarily know strength if you didn't know weakness.
True.
So touching on that layer, like, it's important in the music.
True. And I think as women, we often have to be that strong.
Yeah.
You know, especially women of color, like, we have got to be that strong.
Absolutely.
There's no, you know, we usually aren't given anything.
No.
Everything we've had to work really hard for.
We've had to fight for.
Right, to fight for. So you're right. It's an anthemic song for all women, really. people, but especially women. This is very skewed towards women and what our struggle, I think,
Absolutely.
is.
And it's easy to, you know, in this world that we live in, it's easy to forget who you are because of, you know, what this world says you should be. And I think Automatic Woman is a reminder, you know, of who you are.
It's a song that is so inspiring. Every time I hear it, from the first time I heard it, I just felt so inspired by it. I wanted to put it on repeat and repeat and repeat because it fills me up with all the things that you just said. It fills me up with energy. It fills me up with more of who I am and who I want to be and who I want to present to the world, right? It lifts me up. It holds me up. It's a feel-good song.
Yeah.
So for me, it's all of it. I love that there's, you know, a nod to, there's like a little bit of a religious little moment in it, I think, which is also really important. And whether you're religious or not, call it spirituality, call it whatever, something otherworldly, something outside of yourself is sort of interjected in the song in like one little place. And all that really kind of does what gospel music does for me too. It just makes you feel good, like in your body, you just feel good. And you want to hum along to it. It's catchy, like it sticks, it's sticky. You know, it's really sticky.
Yeah, I
and then when you added your voice to it, then it really got sticky.
Thank
It
you.
really got sticky, you know?
Yeah. I think my favorite part is the do 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 do, because it's fun and it's playful, but it's real.
but it's real. It's real.
I don't think there's many genres of music. I think there's two genres of music, good and bad. You know, and
Here, here.
you know, and
we know when it's good and we know when it's bad.
exactly. So, you know, with my music, I don't know if I could put my style into words because it's whatever I feel. You know, I've been blessed to do so many different collaborations, to work on so many amazing projects with so many different people. You know, it's all about authenticity to me. It's all about like that impact that you talk about. But I didn't realize that's what it was until, you know, it happened. And it's like my diary. So whatever I feel in the moment, whether it's, you know, referencing a Marvin Gaye song or it's referencing, I don't know, you know, Lenny Kravitz or Prince or, you know, Aretha Franklin, if it's soulful or if it's more rock or if it's more, you know, R&B, if it's more hip hop inspired, like I don't really feel any kind of limit to music. I don't. And it's whatever inspires me and whatever feels right in the moment.
And that's really good too, because then you don't allow yourself to be put into a box. You know, that this is what her does or this is what you do. You know, you leave yourself open to just create good music.
Yeah.
And that's pretty amazing.
I think you have to leave yourself open. You know, I think, you know, I'm just a vessel.
Yeah.
And you have to be open to and receive, you know, whatever it is that you're meant to do.
And you know, I've tried to do that as an actor too, not just play, you know, what kind of role is a role for me? Well, I've tried to do all kinds of things for that very same reason, just to grow and explore, continue to learn, push myself, take risks, chances, try new things, you know.
That's the thing about women, though. We're limitless.
We are.
You know, I think all people are limitless, but there's something about women that is just beyond. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're automatic.
Yes. Yeah. Well, one of the things that my biggest pet peeve is I think a lot of creative people often know really what they want to do, and we just might have a hard time explaining it with our words.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't mean that we don't know what we want.
I agree. You know, I've always been very sure, and you know, I've always like had this vision of what I want, and I'm always like very stern in that.
Yeah.
And I definitely have felt like, you know, sometimes as a woman being underestimated walking in rooms, especially when I was a young girl, you know, coming in with my guitar, and it's like, who's this little girl? Whose kid is this? And yes, I still get underestimated sometimes, but then I play that thing, and it's a whole other, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole other thing. But I think in this world, we're put in boxes, and then we fold, and we just make more boxes, as opposed to saying there is no box.
Right.
There is no mold.
Right.
Like I said, we're limitless, and I hate the labels and the boxes. Like, when you are what you are, you don't have to say that you are. You can just be.
Isn't that amazing?
You can just be.
And if you're having to say that you are, then you're not sure you are.
Then you're not sure you are.
And you're trying to convince
Exactly.
yourself while you're trying to convince the others.
Exactly. But, you know, I like to hope that I surround myself with people who are sure of themselves as well. Because, you know, I think the people around you are a reflection of you.
Yeah.
And it's important to be a leader and not worry about what other people think.
What do you do when you do feel unsure of yourself?
Man.
I mean, how do you handle?
I put on that song, or I take a second and I gotta remember who I am. Like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's like one of those.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. This isn't even really about me. And that voice in my head sometimes that tells me you're not where you're supposed to be. Like, you can't listen to that voice. That voice is
Yeah.
trying to destroy you. That's
Yeah.
the voice of the world.
Yes.
It's not your voice.
Right.
It's not your inner voice.
Right.
You know, it's not your truth speaking. It's
Yeah.
the lie that we grow up believing.
Yeah.
You
And I
know?
tell myself, girl, fake it till you make it.
That too.
Okay, you don't know, but just fake it. Act like you do. Act like you do.
Exactly.
Until you do. And then magically, I do.
Exactly.
I figure it out.
Exactly. Absolutely. Oh man, there's been so many times, so many opportunities will come and I've never done it before, or I'm felt like I wasn't capable, and I'm like, yeah, because I like run to challenge.
Yeah. And that's when you know you're doing the right thing. When you're scared or you have a little bit of doubt, that's when you
Exactly.
know, oh, I'm going in new territory. I'm going to grow through this experience.
Yeah.
However it turns out, growth is going to happen. And so
Exactly.
therefore it's valuable, no matter what the outcome, right? And it's good to push ourselves into those scary places.
It is.
You
Because
know?
outside of your comfort zone is where you grow.
Yeah, music gets me out of everything. It gets me out of a rut, a bad mood, just all the things that go on throughout the course of a day. I couldn't imagine life without music in it.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine not having music to share with people that I love.
Yeah.
It's nice that you can share music with someone like that and sort
Yeah.
of transport yourself and teleport yourself and help the person understand you more deeply.
Yeah. Music can often articulate the things that we have a hard time, saying.
Yes.
And it teaches us. It makes us want to fall in love. It makes us cry. It makes us laugh. Makes us want to dance. Like, music is all of these things. You can't even really describe it or explain.
And it affects everybody differently. It's so subjective. What one will think, oh, that's an amazing song. Another one will say, no, not so much.
Not
And
as
that's
amazing
what-
as this one.
Yeah, and that's what I love
Yeah.
about it. It's all left to interpretation by the individual.
Absolutely.
I don't talk, I just do like an automatic. When I do it, I do. It's like an automatic.
Check out my film Bruised right now on Netflix.
Automatic woman.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the Netflix Film Club channel to get our latest exclusive videos. Plus, hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.